Hey guys, this is Eli. Today I'm going to talk about how to mount your V2 RTT onto an 80 series Land Cruiser. This mounting system is going to be the same as the one that you use to mount onto a 60 series Land Cruiser as well. So if you have a V1 or V2 RTT that you're mounting onto an 80 series or 60 series Land Cruiser, this video will show you how to do it. So let's get into it. So here we have a set of our 80 series mounting hardware. This will ship as a set of 4 and will come with 4 of our mounting feet. We've talked about how to install the mounting feet in past videos, and you can refer back to those videos in the description down below. So in order to assemble the 80 series mounts, we're going to take this 3/8 bolt, install it like so, the washer on the end of the 3/8 bolt, as well as the nylock nut. We're going to thread it on so that it's finger tight. And then we're going to install these 5/16 bolts. So the 5/16 bolts should have a washer on one side, go through each of these holes in front of the bracket, install a washer on the back so that it's finger tight. And your bracket is assembled. Now that you guys have seen what's provided with the kit, we're going to talk about what you'll need to provide. You'll need a 9/16 socket and ratchet, a 9/16 wrench, a 1/2" socket and ratchet, and a 1/2" wrench, as well as a 5/32 Allen wrench and a ball of blue Loctite. This is everything you'll need tool-wise to install the tent. All right, so here we have a fully assembled mounting foot. We have the mounting foot itself with our 1/4 bolts and 1/4 T-nuts Loctited and loosely installed. We've talked more in depth about how to set this up in previous videos, which once again you can refer to in the description below. So we're going to go ahead and install this in the bottom 2 tracks of the tent. Spacing doesn't really matter at this point because we're going to align everything once the tent is on the truck. We're going to go ahead and rotate these T-nuts so that they're vertical in the T-track. We're going to leave everything pretty loose so that we can adjust it, like I said, once it's already on the truck. All right, now that mounting foot's installed, we're going to take our 1" 5/16 bolt, put a dab of blue Loctite on it, take our 80 series mount so that our mounting hardware is facing outwards, and then install that up into the pre-threaded holes in the mounting foot. Just like with the mounting foot, we're going to leave this pretty loose, so we're just going to barely finger tighten this 5/16 bolt. I'm going to repeat the process with the other bolt. All right, now that we have all of this hardware installed and finger tightened, we can go ahead and repeat that process on the other 3 mounting feet and then get the tent onto the truck. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so we have our V2 RTT rigged up, ready to be installed on the cruiser. So what we're gonna do is slowly lower it down and guide the brackets into place so that they land in the gutter mounts or in the gutter rails. You can also do this with 4 to 10 of your friends, or you can come here and have us install it, or have White Glove install it. All right, David, you ready?
I'm ready, yeah.
All right, we're gonna lower down. Good?
Yeah, just hold it there. I'll go to the front because it's strong.
Right, sounds good.
I'm in.
I'm also on. Yeah, I'm also on.
Okay, I'm in.
All right, so now that the tent is on the FJ, we can go ahead and tighten down these 1/4-20 bolts on the mounting feet first. And then once those are tight, we'll go ahead and start tightening up the other hardware. So in positioning the gutter rail mounts, you want to make sure that the front mounts are centered more or less over this pillar. And then the rear one should be as far back on the tent as possible. So what I'm going to do now that the 1/4-20 bolts on the mounting feet are tightened and positioned correctly is go ahead and tighten down the bolt for the gutter rail. Now that this 9/16 bolt is tightened down on all 4 corners, I'm going to go ahead and tighten these 5/16 mounting bolts until they're nice and snug. I'm going to repeat that process on all of the mounting feet. All right, so in tightening up these 2 bolts that connect to the mounting feet, you want to make sure that the gutter mount is flush with the mounting foot. It shouldn't be standing out very far from it. So you might have to go back and forth on either end of this or either side of the tent to make sure that those are flush. My finger's bleeding. I'm gonna get a paper towel and read. Now that the 9/16 bolt and 2 5/16 mounting bolts are tightened down, we can go ahead and tighten down these 2 5/16 bolts that tighten up on the gutter rail. So we're gonna take a 1/2-inch wrench on the nylock nut on the back, and then a 1/2-inch socketed ratchet, and go ahead and tighten that down. These only need to be snug, because if you tighten them too much, they'll bend your gutter rail. So just tighten them down until they feel nice and snug, but not bending your gutter rail. Repeat that process for the other 3 sides, and then you're good to go. Well, now you guys have seen how to mount the V2 RTT onto an 80 series Land Cruiser. As I mentioned earlier, you can use this mounting method for both the 80 series and 60 series, as well as the V1 and V2 tents. If you guys have any further questions, please reach out to support@gfcengineering.com. We'll see you guys out there.